first-hand information from our constituents concerning areas that needed attention of government. Dear colleagues, you will recall that reports on our findings were sent to the governor in order that budgetary allocations could be made to address our constituent needs. So, whatever you see as infrastructural development in the state today came into existence as a result of our insistence that our people enjoy dividends of democracy wherever they are in the state. Dear colleagues, I stand here very proudly and fulfilled to say today that we have done everything within our capacity to preserve and even improve on the quality of life of Lagosians through people-oriented bills, which have become laws. It is gratifying to say here today that this House, since its inauguration on June 8, 2015, has passed into laws 45 bills with hundreds of resolutions and couples of regulations. It is worthy of note that this House, for the first time in its history, introduced 9 private members' bills, 5 of which were initiated by my humble self. These bills, which range from addressing issues of insecurity in our dear state to creation of employment, among others, have already become laws and thereby deliver dividends of democracy to entire Lagosians. While I may not have the luxury of time to highlight all the bills that this 8th Assembly has passed into law, I cannot but spotlight a few, the reason being that we have not relented in blazing the trail, in formulating laws for the benefit of the good people of Lagos State, and in the promotion of a truly inclusive, participatory, open, and people-oriented democracy since its inception. As you are aware, it is during this assembly that we saw to the implementation of Lagos State Employment Trust Fund because of our avowed commitment to economic well-being of Lagosians. This law has no doubt provided job opportunities for both old and young and reduced the rate of unemployment not only in the state but the country as a whole. Likewise, the Neighborhood Watch Law of 1996, which was repealed by this assembly and signed into law as Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Code Laws 2016, has not only provided jobs for our youths, but also helped in ensuring that emerging high-brow crimes like killings by herdsmen, kidnapping, ritual killings, and terrorism do not take root in Lagos State. Furthermore, the enactment of a law to establish Lagos State Cancer Research Institute to provide for the promotion, aid, and coordination of researches relating to cancer and cancer-related illnesses is part of the ingenious measure undertaken by this House. It also gladdens our hearts that the passage of our appropriation law that has been prompt and thorough without any contradictions towards delivering dividends of democracy to Lagosians throughout its assembly. At the same time, this House became the first to live stream its plenary sessions in the history of assembly in sub-Saharan Africa during the 8th Assembly, a feat that has been praised both home and abroad. The Stakeholders Forum organized by this assembly on compulsory teaching of Yoruba in all schools in Lagos State is a milestone in the political development of Lagos State House of Assembly, has also been adjudged a success far and wide. Also in the area of human resources development, we are second to none. My colleagues and members of staff of Assembly have been internationally and locally trained in the realm of legislative functions. It is no doubt that the Assembly, as a result of experience garnered in various trainings, now acts as a resource institution to other legislatures in the Federation. Our performance is usually rewarded in the form of awards and commendation by local and international organizations. Lagos State House of Assembly is now respected by all at home and abroad. We cannot exhaust the details of our achievements so far. distinguished colleagues, all these would not have been achieved without your support and encouragement. Your criticisms, ideas, and advice really changed my understanding of responsibility of leadership. I must confess, I thank you for allowing me to raise the standard of leadership, and I appreciate you for the wonderful role you have played for ensuring that there is mutual respect for each arms of government in the state. I appreciate the leadership of our party too, especially the national leader of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for their unflinching support in making sure that we succeed in 8th Assembly. I say thank you too to the Clerk of the House for his support, to the management and staff. I dove my heart for you. Evidently enough, you remain the backbone of this assembly. You are the engine room where productions are made possible. You are the worthy ambassadors that bring forth the goodies, even in the sun and rain. In the same vein, I am grateful to good people of Agege, especially my constituents, my immediate family members, and entire Lagosians for their common support at all times. As we end 8th Assembly, distinguished colleagues, for the decision we have taken in good faith in the course of this assembly, may the living never curse us. May the dead never curse us. For the decision we might have made in error, may the incoming generation never curse us. We pray that in all we have done, may the generations after generations remember us for good. Likewise, may I use this medium to appeal to all returning members to endeavor to keep the flag of the Assembly flying in the incoming 9th Assembly. We must do everything within our power to see that this Assembly is always above the common standard of excellence that is known for. It is with guidance of Almighty Allah, honor, privilege, and strong emotion, and fulfilling profession of law that I hereby declare the 8th Assembly closed. I thank you all for listening. May God bless each one of us. Thank you very much. Majority leader, before you sustain the rules, even though we have brought until we adjourn before the 8th Assembly is finally ended, I must always remember to help those who are very close to my office and have been very helpful, and in performing their duties and tasks, they have been condemned, abused, violated. I will be doing totally unjust duty to them if I fail to remember them here before we close 8th Assembly. Mr. Barwa Idris, I thank you, I appreciate you. Mrs. Fausa Raji, I thank you, I appreciate you. Mrs. Nike, or Miss Nike Ajibose, I thank you very much, I appreciate you. Mr. Ebenezer, I thank you very much. I appreciate you, as well as Mr. Emeka. I thank each one of you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the purpose for which we suspended the rules of the House has been accomplished. I therefore wish to move that the rule of the House earlier suspended be resuscitated. I so move.
Who is seconding? Yeah, Honorable Desmond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as made.
All in favor say aye. Those against nay, the ayes have it.
Sequel to the first motion, Mr. Speaker, it should be recalled that this is Yoruba speaking day, but we had to suspend section 114, rule 114 of the standing order of the House to be able to speak in English. May I therefore, Mr. Speaker, move that section 114 of the rule 114 of the standing order and rule earlier suspended be activated. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Olua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as made.
All in favor say aye. Those against nay, the ayes have it.
Nígbà tí a ti ṣí aṣọ lójú òfin ilé tí a fi rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ tí a dẹ̀ ti parí gbogbo ìlànà tá a fi lélẹ̀ fún ètò tòní, mo fẹ́ dá ní àbá wípé ká mú ìpàdé ilé wá sí ìpamọ́ títí di ọ̀la títí di ọ̀la ọjọ́ Jímọ̀.
Àjọ ń sinmi dẹ̀.
Mr.
Ìgbàdá bá pè.
Ká fi ìpàdé ilé mọ́ lẹ́ni títí di ọ̀la tí a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjókòó.
Ìgbà tí a bá pe ilé padà. Ìgbà tí a bá pe ilé padà.
Okay, I take the hint. Wọ́n ní a fi ìpàdé ilé rọ̀ títí di ìgbà tí a bá rí pé ó bójúmu láti tún jókòó fún ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Mo dá a lábàá.
Nígbà tí a bá pe ilé padà, aṣòfin Àkàndé.
Ẹ ṣe olóòtú, mo gbéra sọ láti kí àbá náà lẹ́yìn.
Pé gbogbo wa ló fara mọ́, àwọn tí ó fara mọ́, àwọn tó fara mọ́ ni ó pọ̀ jùlọ. A sún ìjókòó ti ìpele kẹjọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó wá sí òpin tìgbà tí ìjọba bá pé ilé padà láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìpele kẹsàn-án. Ìrasọ.